Hey everyone, welcome to the video. What we're going to be doing today is we're actually going to be diving into the Capri.ai platform, and we're going to be showcasing a few features in one, how to create an agent with our platform. Um, so today we're actually going to be diving into very specifically creating a sales assistant for an automotive dealership. Now, while we'll be diving into that industry specifically, do keep in mind that a lot of the features that we'll be covering today and how they are applied in our platform will be applicable to almost any industry out there. We just decided to use the automotive industry in today's video. Um, so once again, please continue to follow along, and hopefully you get as much value out of this as everybody else. So with everything, all of that being said, I do want to go ahead and state that at this point, if you have not already signed up with Capri and done our setup process or followed along with our steps, then I would highly recommend going ahead and doing so before continuing with this video, as everything else will make much more sense. Feel free to go ahead and follow along if you would like. Let's go ahead and dive into it, why don't we? All right. So first and foremost, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and navigate to our Capri home platform. So our platform right here, this is our home page. If you have been with Capri, this should look very familiar to you. If not, then we welcome you aboard, and hopefully all of this helps you. So for those of you who are new with us, you'll notice that right here you have the ability to create a quick agent. These are just going to be templated agents to help you get started as fast as possible. Today we are going to be diving into creating a custom agent specifically for an automotive dealership. Today our dealership is going to be called YouTube Automotive. Let's go ahead and dive into creating the agent. First and foremost, once again, on those Capri setup steps, you should already have your OpenAI account set up and connected with our Capri.ai platform here. If not, then feel free to go ahead and take some time to get that done and then continue forward here. All right. So from there, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and dive into agents. You're going to notice right here, I already have our YouTube Automotive agent created. However, to get to that point, all you're going to need to do is go ahead and here and hit add new. You'll name it YouTube Automotive, whatever you want to name your agent right here. Um, and then you'll hit create, this little button right here. We're not going to do that today on the call, just because once you create, it's just going to pull up the same page here. Everything's going to be blank instead. What you're going to want to do is we're going to go step by step for one that's already created. You're going to want to set up your AI provider right here. So first thing, you're going to be selecting your model, and then you're going to be selecting your account. For today's purpose, we decided to use GPT-4 Turbo, as that typically has given us the best value for quality as we are building the AIs. However, feel free to use whichever model you see fit today or for your agent. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these advanced settings. We're not going to mess with the temperature today. Our default setting is a great temperature. If it is not performing how you would like, and you know how to mess with that, then feel free to go ahead and dive into that. If not, we'd be more than happy to help you out with that process. Just feel free to contact us. What we are going to mess with today, though, is our default length is going to be around 150. Our responses for today's agents are going to be a little bit longer than that, as we're going to be feeding a live inventory. It's going to need to convey a lot of data. So we're going to ahead and set that maximum length up to 400. All right. So this is just for today's purpose. If you're more conscientious about cutting cost or saving cost, just set that maximum length down. It'll make sure to use shorter responses, and you'll be using less tokens per response. Once again, for today's video, we are looking for longer responses, and so we set that to 400, and we're going to go ahead and hit save. All right. So moving on from there, once you've got your AI provider set up, you're going to be over here in the prompts. So let's go ahead and take a look at our prompt. We've given our prompt name the name YouTube Automotive. If you would like to, go ahead, feel free to pause the video at this point, read out this prompt. But what I am going to do is go ahead and pinpoint a few key things we have in this prompt and show and explain why we have put them in there. So first and foremost, we're going to take a look at these last two statements. All right. These last two sentences are the key features that I'm trying to showcase and how the prompt interacts with our live data. Okay, so the first one is going to be answer any questions that the customer may have in a nice and respectful manner. However, always attempt to continue and steer the conversation to booking a test drive respectfully until an appointment is booked. All right. So when we wanted to add that key respectfully, um, very obvious reasons. We want to make sure the AI is trying to push, but while prioritizing being respectful over trying to push for that booking. Now, we also want that whole statement in general is there to push for that test drive because at the end of the day, what matters to us is getting people in our doors. So the more appointments we can book for test drives, the better, right? Um, and then this last statement is more of a luxury statement to anybody who's been in the industry. We know we want to get these old age units out fast. So I've decided to go ahead in here and put, where applicable, try to suggest old age units over 60 days and position them of being of great value. Never tell a customer the age of the vehicle. Okay. Once again, um, anything in this prompt very much can be fine-tuned. This is a basic prompt I've thrown together to showcase some features for us. Um, and I wanted to go ahead and include that last one just to showcase how we can, once again, use the live data we're feeding for to alter the way the AI behaves from within the prompt. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and save this and we're going to move on to our actions. So you're going to notice I have two actions here. We'll start with the first one, which is going to be this Google Sheet. So if we go ahead and navigate over to our Google Sheet tab that we're looking at right here, we are going to see that I have a little bit of data in here. So some of this data is real, some of this data is not. It is just fed in here for, once again, so we can showcase this video. However, very much, or just to be clear, this is not actual live data. However, it is very much possible and not hard to do to feed live data into the Google Sheet so that you could feed a live inventory in here. I am just trying to showcase how it would work if you were feeding it live. So we've gone ahead and put in just a little bit of sample data in here. And you'll notice that we've mixed in some new and used vehicles and as well as some age of units to maximize how we input that prompt. So go ahead and moving right back over to here. What we're going to do to add that Google Sheet after we've created it and we are feeding our data into it, we're going to go over here into settings. We're going to go into integrations and we're going to hit add new. So once we hit this add new, we're going to be clicking Google Sheets, and right over here, if you'll just follow this little bit of help text down here at the bottom, it'll be simple. But basically all it's saying is you're either going to want to grant this service account access to that sheet, and it needs to have editor access there, or at least read access. So you're going to either grant the service account that access, or you're just going to grant anyone with the link access to view it. Whichever you choose, it should work all the same. After you've done that, you're just going to go ahead and paste this link into, or paste that link into this field and hit next. After you're done there, it should pop up as a card, just as you see here. Inventory 1. And then we're going to go ahead and move right back over to agents. You'll go into your agent and you'll hit add. Once you hit add, you're going to select your provider, Google Sheet, and you'll select the Google Sheet that you connected, right? So once you've done that, you're actually going to have, you'll see this prompt. So you'll have to select, you'll have to create a prompt. Once again, the prompt here is just telling the AI how and when to use the data or resource you've just given it. So the Google Sheet here, we're just telling it use this sheet to pull information on vehicles in the inventory. All right. Super simple, doesn't need to be complex. Once again, you're just telling it when and how to use it. So we should be all good to go. The AI should now use that. All right, moving on, we're actually going to go ahead and jump into our calendar here. So you're going to notice that I have a calendar hooked up to this already. It's a calendar called Test Drive. Let's go ahead and pull that open. Super simple to set this up as well. You're just going to move over here into settings, integrations. You'll hit add new and you're going to select GHL calendar here. And then you're just going to go through an OAuth process with go high level. Once you've done so, you'll select your account and then the calendar from that account that you would like to connect to your agent. Once you've done that as well, you'll once again see a card that pops up that shows you've connected that calendar into the platform. You're going to navigate right back to your agent, and then again hit add, select that provider, GHL calendar, and then select the calendar you just connected to the agent. It'll pop up just like this. And once again, we're going to be adding a prompt here. And once again, this prompt is just telling the AI how and when to use this resource we've just given it. So like I said here, or like you see here, we are using it to book test drives on this calendar. All right. So moving on from there, now that you've gotten all that set up, your AI should be pretty much ready to go. At this point, you could go ahead and set it from draft to active, and you can go ahead and click this button and test it in the emulator. Make sure to have a few conversations with the AI. Make sure it's performing to how you want it to perform. Feel free to go in. Let's fine tune the prompt to where till it's performing how you would like it to perform, so on and so forth. Once you're comfortable with it, now it's time to go ahead and connect it to your CRM. So let's going to go ahead and move over to Go High Level. This is the CRM we're going to be using today. So navigating over to Go High Level, you'll notice that I already have 3 tabs open. We have our contact details page, a workflow page, and the calendar page. These are the only 3 pages we're really going to need today. As once you're already hooked up, all you're going to need to do to get the AI to start interacting with your customers in your CRM is you're going to need to set up this workflow right here. You're going to notice it's just a simple 2-step workflow. First and foremost, your trigger is going to be a customer replied trigger. So anytime a customer replies, it's going to enter into this workflow. You're going to notice on here that I do have a filter. This is just a tag filter. Feel free to add any filters that you may have. Just keep in mind that any filters that you're adding in here have to be met for the AI to respond, so on and so forth. And if the filters are not met, then it will never enter the workflow. The AI will not respond to that customer. All right. So once you've got your trigger set, you can move over here into webhook. So this is important. We have to make sure that our method here is going to be post. To any of those who are already familiar with the Capri system, you should already recognize this webhook. This is the webhook that you are going to need for your system. It has to be exactly like this, and make sure that is what is in your workflow. All right. From there, you also need to make sure that you include this one piece of custom data, which is just going to be agent, and then your agent ID. If you're not already aware of where to retrieve your agent ID from, if we navigate right back to our Capri platform real quick, you'll notice when you're looking from your agent details page and you're in your agent here, in the URL, it's going to be this string at the end of the URL after agents. We're going to take that, we're going to copy, we're going to paste it right here. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and hit save. You're going to want to set it from draft to publish and then save that. So now let's go ahead and take a look in here. You'll notice this is my contacts details page. Once again, I have already set up the calendar in our Go High Level account here as a round robin calendar. So once we have a conversation with the AI, we can see exactly how that looks as well. So what I'd like to do now is go ahead and take a second to show you exactly how this conversation is going to play out now that we've hooked up a Google Sheet to show our inventory to the AI, and then we've told our AI exactly how we want it to interact with the customers. So first, I'm just going to say hello. And then we'll see that it responds here. Hello there. Thank you for reaching out to YouTube Automotive. How can I assist you today? Are you looking for a new vehicle, or is there any specific question I can help answer for you? So what we're going to go ahead and now showcase is I would like to see what's in inventory. So what do you have? Or let's say I was looking at a Jetta. What do you have in inventory? Awesome. So we're going to see right here where it says fantastic choice. The Jetta's great vehicle, so on and so forth. And then you can see it's pulling directly from our sheet where our online price is $22,633 versus an MSRP of $23,633. Right. And then once again, It is continuing to push, trying to push for that test drive and get them in the door. However, the customer is not quite satisfied and still would like a little bit more information on this. So he's going to go ahead and ask, do you have any comparable used vehicles? So you're gonna notice a few cuts in the video here. Once again, this is just me trying to cut out the blank space in the middle while we're waiting on these messages to come through. Um, but bear with me. Oh, looks like we just got that one in here. So certainly, if you're considering a used vehicle as a more budget-friendly option, we have a couple of vehicles that might interest you. Um, so you're going to see it actually gave us two kind of extremes on our used inventory here. But reason being is because both said extremes. One, we went comparable because as far as it goes, the Golf R is the only actual used Volkswagen we have in our inventory. Whereas our Camry is a more affordable option and is also actually our old age unit is trying to push. All right. However, let's say that a Golf R is just too sporty for this customer and he doesn't want anything as old as an '09 Camry. Let's say I don't care for those options. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and see right here. It's presented me with two more options: the 21 Challenger that we have, and the 2020 Honda Accord that we have. Um, Now, while that 21 Dodge Challenger is a used vehicle, it definitely goes above our budget that we're looking for. However, let's go ahead and say that we do like this Accord option. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, the Accord looks great. The Accord looks great. What is the stock number so I can view it online? So you're gonna notice it goes ahead and gives us the stock number, and it's telling us to go ahead and view it online, and so on and so forth. If we like the way it looks, go ahead and schedule a test drive. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is go ahead and schedule that test drive. We're gonna assume that we love the way this Accord looks. We want to schedule this test drive. So what we went ahead and said is, yeah, the Accord looks great. I can come in Saturday. All right, perfect. So what you're gonna notice is, even though I said I can come in Saturday, our hours are actually Monday through Friday. So the calendar I set up does not actually have Saturday open. So was a quick oversight on my part. However, it does very respectfully let us know that there aren't openings there on Saturday and offers us the earliest availabilities both on Monday and Tuesday available. So let's go ahead and switch that over and say Monday at 2:30 would work perfectly. Awesome. So you'll see just by the message there, we went ahead and scheduled us for Monday, the 22nd at 2:30. And it even makes sure to mention to bring our driver's license and any supporting documents we may need, and to see us on Monday. So as we can see, we went through, we were able to successfully find a vehicle using the AI and schedule a test drive. The one key feature that I did not get to show off in here that was in the prompt that we didn't necessarily get around to in the conversation here was the needs assessment. However, if you just follow along the same prompt that I showed you there, go ahead and put it into your agent and play around in the emulator and just walk it through the needs assessment, and you'll see just how good it does at evaluating the customer's answers and comparing it to the vehicles and the data that it has in its inventory, and using that to make a good evaluation of what vehicles that the customer may want to take a test drive of. So once again, if you like the video, go ahead and check out Capri if you haven't already. Feel free to check out our website at Capri.ai.us. We'd be more than happy to speak to you if you have any questions, would like any help with any of this. Outside of that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you at the next video.